What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today comes from the Froth Brewing Company, and they're out of Buffalo, New York. And this is their Liquid Lollipop, the passion fruit, pineapple, and cherry variant. I think more on that in a second. So this is a sour ale that is brewed with the aforementioned 3 fruits, comes in at 4.2% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This crowler is exactly 4 days old. And I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to my dad, Average Pops. So Pops this past weekend was right down the street from Froth. And a couple days before that, they released, I believe this is the 5th variant within the series. And I gave him a call and I was like, hey man, could you stop over there and grab me a crowler of the Liquid Lollipop, the newest release? And he was nice enough to do so. So thank you very much, Dad. Do appreciate it. I will be sharing this crowler with Pops to show my appreciation. But yeah, so I believe this is the pineapple or the passion fruit pineapple cherry variant because I didn't specify to my dad which one to pick up, and I think that was the only one they had on tap. So if this pours out like some kind of crazy berry color, whatever, it might be one of the other ones. They did like I think a blackberry, raspberry, and loganberry one, but I'm pretty sure this is the passion fruit, pineapple, and cherry variant. Anyway, so this beer is kind of in the whole 450 North slushy line of beers, or like the fruit smoothies, or like the Hydras from Mortalis. You know, it has a bunch of fruit puree. It's a lower ABV sour. It's going to look pulpy and whatnot. And I've reviewed a couple beers from Froth on the channel back in the summer. And I've enjoyed the things I've had on tap from them. Those 2 cans I reviewed were pretty good. But this has been getting a lot of hype locally. And I don't know why I waited till the 5th in the series to grab one, but I don't know. I'm behind the 8 ball. What do you want from me? Anyway, let's crack this open. Hopefully, now this is what I'm going to say. I always say this when I pour a crowler. This is probably going to go everywhere, and I don't care, whatever. I can clean my tablecloth. But I hope that this doesn't explode, because this is one of those fruited sours that might re-ferment. And if it explodes everywhere, I'll be upset. Okay, so it didn't explode. Let's give it a pour. So yeah, I think this is the passion fruit, pineapple, and cherry one. Not super carbonated, as you can see, but it's looking quite delicious. So we'll throw it over here. Yeah, that smells awesome from here. Oh, you can see on the sides there's definitely some stuff going on. So yeah, that pours out this really, that looks like guava juice, honestly. There's passion fruit, there's pineapple and cherry in here, but that kind of looks like guava juice. Very murky and turbid. I said murky instead of murky because I always say you combine murky and turbid and you get murky, but then I just said murky and turbid. What the hell am I doing? Anyway, yeah, that looks awesome. That looks like straight up guava juice. Has this like really pinkish, reddish tone to it. Not really any head on there. It was like an off-white head, but yeah, that looks awesome. Let's get a nose. Wow, that is all passion fruit and pineapple to me. Oh, and there's, you know what this actually smells like? This smells like a liquefied, smells like a fruit cup, like which you get the pineapples and cherries and everything. That's what this smells like, but with passion fruit involved. Yeah, it smells straight up like fruit, like a fruit juice, like a fruit smoothie. It just doesn't really smell like beer, so. Almost smells like some kind of daiquiri. Not like a strawberry daiquiri or like strawberry pineapple, but like a pineapple cherry daiquiri. I don't know if those exist, but that's what it smells like. Yeah, it smells awesome. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Oh, wow. Oh my God, is that delicious. Oh, and it's like higher side of tart, lower side of sour. Hit me right in the back of the palate, man. Right in the ends of the jaw. This is fucking, yeah, now I see why people are going nuts about this. Holy shit. This is like a pineapple cherry daiquiri. That's what I would say. It has, in the taste, more cherry than in the nose. Pineapple hits and it kind of finishes with that slightly dirty tart kind of like passion fruit vibe that I get. A lot of times when I eat passion fruit, it's more like a, tart, pretty tasty, but sometimes I get like an earthiness, slight dirtiness to it. Body in this one at 4.2%. It's like hard side medium body, lower side of full. It's like fruit. It's like a fruit smoothie. It's like fruit juice. It doesn't drink like 4.2% beer that you would think is a beer. It has a thickness to it. The mouthfeel on this one, it is undercarb. Yeah, just a little bit of carbonation. This is like very low carbonation because it drinks more like a straight up fruit juice that doesn't have carbonation, which I'm okay with. I'd still like to see a little bit more carbonation in this one, but Pretty fucking tasty. Yeah, the taste, there's a lot of sweet cherry all like around the palate. It's not like right in the main part, like right down to the center of your tongue. It's like it accentuates the rest of the beer because it's omnipresent, but it's all around the palate. And I really get it in the finish. Up front, tons of sweet, candied, fruity pineapple. Passion fruit's kind of mid-palate, hits you with a tartness from the base sour portion, which is a higher side of tartness, I'd say, in the taste. I think my palate being acclimated now to the actual taste and sourness of this beer, I'd say it's a higher side of tartness, lower side of sourness, not like a super sour puckering beer. Maybe on the first sip after that, not so much. 4.2%, I could kill that crowler. I'd get only a little buzz on, I'd imagine. But I would have so much fun doing it because it drinks like fruit juice. And this is very reminiscent of the Hydras and the slushies that I've had. Maybe not as like pulpy and thick, but the taste of it is just right in the realm of those beers. This is an awesome beer. Like I said, this is the 5th in their series. And I don't know why I didn't pick up the first 4. So whenever they do a new release and I can get a crowler, I think I'm going to grab it and review it because these are delicious. And, you know, with people I do trades with and stuff, I'm gonna have to get some of these and send them out, especially since we're getting into the mid to late fall into winter, where these don't have to worry about warming up when you send them and they're exploding. So that'd be good to be able to send some of these out. So yeah, rating on the Liquid Lollipop, the passion fruit, pineapple, and cherry variant, the 5th in the series from Froth. I'm gonna give this a high 4.5 out of 5. I'm gonna go 4.6 out of 5. This is absolutely delicious. I'd like to see more carbonation. And that would really be beneficial, this one. And I think I'd like to see a little bit bigger ABV, 4.2%. I want to say the Hydras are in the 6 range. I would like to see this like 5.5%, 6%. Just because of what I'm about to tell you, which is the price point. The price on this one, $18 for the crowler. Look, I know that's expensive. That's pretty much the going rate for the Hydras. I think they're around $20 for Mortalis. The 450 North slushies are usually, what, $20, $22 a 4-pack. So you're looking at, for 2 cans, probably in the 12 range, which is probably a better value. But when places do crowlers like this, $18, $20, that's kind of the going rate for these beers. That's why I'd like to see the ABV pumped up a little bit to like 5.5, 6, because I could drink the crowler and I'd feel good after, plus I'd enjoy it. 4.2%, drinking 32 ounces of beer, that's like drinking, you know, maybe 2.5, Bud Lights or something. You're not going to be feeling as well after. But honestly, I'm sharing this, so the actual alcohol portion of the show isn't really that important, but for the price point, I would like to see the ABV higher. But 4.6 out of 5 for this is a fantastic score. If you live in Buffalo or the Western New York area and you can get your hands on some of these Liquid Lollipops from Froth, there are a lot of their other beers. I think they make really good beer in general. One of the better breweries in Buffalo. They're one of the more hype breweries now with this series, but in general, I think they just do good things when it comes to their beers. They just brew good beer. So yeah, I would highly recommend checking them out at some point. I will say, this isn't overly sweet either. As I'm sitting here, I'm left with like a residual pineapple cherry sweetness, but there's enough tartness to kind of offset it. Maybe an entire crowd of this might be too sweet. Might be. Yeah, it might be a little bit too sweet, but maybe not. All depends on your palate. For me, drinking half of this crowler, I'll be super happy about it. So again, that was Liquid Lollipop, passion fruit, pineapple, and cherry variant. It gets a 4.6 out of 5 from Froth. Like I said, if you've had this one before or any within the series, let me know what you think about them, because I think this is a fucking dynamite beer, and I will be trying to get all of the other variants going forward whenever they release them and put them on camera for you guys for a proper review, because beers like this deserve to get the praise, because they deserve it. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another Western New York Wednesday. Check back next week for another installment, and until then, cheers.